Lady Hill doesn't want Ch7-8 to leave her side because she knows that if he leaves, there is a possibility that he will die from extreme bullying given that his body is already so weak. So she stopped him from leaving, using the excuse that he was her houseboy. She cannot act nice toward him because of the system that hindered her, so she pretends to be nasty. Ch7-8 was taken aback by Lady Hill's reaction. He thought all the kindness that was shown to him by Lady Hill was just his illusion. Lady Hill told Ch7-8 that everyone in this place could stamp on him, so he better stay by her side because if she is in a good mood, then he would not embarrass him. Ch7-8 clearly not liked the way she said it, but he needed to follow Lady Hill's arrangement because he had no choice at the moment. Even though he is unwilling, he has no option but to thank her for her kindness. The Duchess tried to stop Lady Hill, but the lady was persistent in keeping Ch7-8 by her side. She pretends to cry, saying that she needs him. But deep inside, Lady Hill was just acting. Finally, the Duchess had no choice but to give in. She tells Lady Hill that she can keep Ch7-8, but she has to promise not to make any trouble. Lady Hill was very happy and instantly promised her mother that she would be good. While Lady Hill was beaming, Ch7-8 and the Duchess had different thoughts. Ch7-8 thought that in order to make him serve her, she acted pitifully and for that, he could not trust her. At the same time, the Duchess was thinking about why Lady Hill wanted him so much, so she made a mental note that she would keep an eye on Ch7-8. After the Duchess left, Lady Hill told Ch7-8 that since he was already one of her people he could not look so shabby. So she called 2 male servants and instructed them to help Ch7-8 clean himself up and find a suit for him. The servants together with Ch7-8 left her bedroom. But what Lady Hill did not know is that when the servants and Ch7-8 arrived in the servants' room, the male servants started to bully Ch7-8. They mocked Ch7-8 by calling him a dog, in other words, he is just Lady Hill's dog. Ch7-8 glared at them angrily, and when the younger servant noticed his glare, he asked Ch7-8 why he was looking at them like that. When Ch7-8 did not answer him, he kicked Ch7-8 in the chest, making the latter crush in the wall. After the kick, the servants laughed at Ch7-8. They insulted him, saying that he was even worse than them, so he should stop thinking that he was a lord because he is not. They picked a maid's uniform for Ch7-8 and forced him to wear it. When Ch7-8 keeps on resisting, they hurl him on the floor, causing his pocket watch to fall. The servants notice the pocket watch and they grab it. Ch7-8 was petrified upon seeing that his pocket watch was in the hands of the servant. Inside Lady Hill's bedroom, Hill has been walking back and forth. She was anxious because it had been a long time since Ch7-8 and the servants went out to change his clothes. Lady Hill was thinking maybe it would be good to take a look if Ch7-8 is ready. Back in the servants' quarter, the servants were so happy after checking out the pocket watch. They thought they hit a jackpot and were thinking of pawning it for a drink. Ch7-8 was seething in anger after hearing the servants' plan. He tried to snatch it back, but the servant kicked him in the stomach, which caused him to kneel. Thinking it is not enough, the servants step on Ch7-8's hand. They taunt him and tell him that the only way to get his pocket watch back is if he kneels and begs them. Amidst the pain, Ch7-8 tried to say that the watch was his. The servant arrogantly laughs and says that it is no longer his. Those were the words heard by Lady Hill when she opened the door. She was shocked by the words she heard from the arrogant servant. Lady Hill got angry and asked the servants what they were doing. The servants turned around to face Lady Hill and proudly declared that they were just teaching Ch7-8 some manners. One of the servants, who had his back against Ch7-8, didn't notice that Ch7-8 already stood up from the ground and bumped him just to get the watch again. When Ch7-8 manages to catch the watch, he gently puts it near his chest and utters the word mother. Lady Hill asks Ch7-8 if he is okay. But she did not get any answer from him. Instead, she saw tears falling from Ch7-8's eyes. She also notices the bruises on his hands, which leads her to conclude that he was bullied before she arrived. The servant who fell earlier because of Ch7-8 stood up angrily and tried to make Ch7-8 get over to him. This time, the lady did not allow them to succeed in hitting Ch7-8 again. She warned them that if they didn't leave, they would face severe punishment. So they had no choice but to leave, leaving only Lady Hill and Ch7-8 behind. Lady Hill tried to approach Ch7-8, but he cried and asked her, what did he do to deserve this? He just wanted to protect his mother's keepsake. Lady Hill answers him that he did nothing wrong. She also tried to get the watch from him and said she would fix it. But this time, Xiuling did not believe her anymore. He shoved her away from him and Lady Hill fell to the ground. Although feeling guilty for accidentally shoving her hard, Xiuling decided to be courageous. He told Lady Hill that he was a fool to think that she was worried about him.